times today. This is the first time you're actually really getting to see them, and more importantly, feel them. Our friends, Kim and Tom Challan. Let's make How many of you wish you had a lot more people here? We have a solution for that.
All right, so we are kicking off a really fun topic: how to design a life and a business that you love.
Yes.
Because if we don't love it, we're not going to keep doing it, right? But we got the, as Ilian would say, spicy couples edition, right? Spicy.
Wait, I didn't know about this one.
It's PG, I promise, PG.
Oh, that's a podcast.
And by the way, if you're not married, don't go anywhere. We have some goodies for you too. Okay?
How many of you are married? Raise your hand if you're married. Raise your hand if you've been married for more than 10 years. How about 20 years? Anybody been married 20 years here? Really? Holy cow. How about 25 years? 30 years? 35 years? 40. I see hands. Wild. 45? 45? Okay, 50? One hand, give it up! Let's go! How many of you will be married in 50 years? Or 50 years? All right, all your hands going up. You can live that long!
Hey, you need to come up and teach this. Okay, I'm really curious though. Who works together with their spouse in the business? Nice!
Okay, a bigger prayer list. Let's go.
Okay, even if you don't work in the business together, you are working together, right? Because you're a team, and it takes two. And so, so Tom and I have been doing this side by side for 28 years. As long as we've been married, we've been business partners. And, doing a business, that's a lot of work. Being married, that's a lot of work. You guys saw my script? Okay, but doing that together, that's like a whole nother crazy level, right? Especially
Menopause.
Tom and I.
That makes sense.
We just entered this crazy new season of empty nesting. And like he just said, menopause, whatever. It starts with men.
just started quick.
Yeah, it's spicy.
What? I didn't think that's spicy.
So sometimes we'll be like, we're having coffee and it'll be like this. He'll say, Kim, should we do white or black? Just white or black, whatever that means, it's just white or black. I'll be, I think we should do white.
Yeah.
Are you sure not black? No, I'm pretty sure white. I think we should do black. No, I really want to do white.
Mm-hmm.
White, right?
Yeah.
No, if it's black, I'm doing white. You're like, fine, we'll do white. I say, you're doing white, I'm doing black. I don't know what you're doing, but it's like craziness. We're like who are we anymore, women? Let's go. I mean, am I alone? I'm not alone, right?
Nuno's like, where are the slides?
Okay.
Where are the slides?
Okay,
Right here. Like a week ago, and then a few days ago, where are the slides? A few hours ago, where are the slides? I'm like, she wants to do the slides, I don't want to do the slides.
Who married their opposite? I mean, come on.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. It's supposed to be like that. So anyhow, we're gonna get into our slides. So this is our beautiful family. Through the 28 years, we've been blessed to raise 4 daughters, and just kind of showing the journey of that. And the last one in Puerto Rico, a lot of fun. This one
Costa Rica.
especially was taken in literally our very last. What's funny?
You said Puerto Rico.
The last one was.
Oh, this one's Costa Rica.
You stick to your
Okay,
part.
fine.
My part. This was Costa Rica on our very last family trip before our daughters started getting married. So when they were under our roof. And honestly, I think this was the only family trip that we went all in on. I mean, we did a couple short ones in Mexico, but this was our most memorable that we talk about today. Did you want to say something?
No, I can't.
Getting emotional.
Because we thought we would do about 100 of these, and we did one. We did one. And we didn't know they were going to get married like young. I mean, they were teens here, late teens. We didn't know, just in a few more years they were out of the house. A couple more years they were married. A year and a half later, they're kids, right? You always hear the old people, like when you're younger, the old people come up to you, like my age now, they're like, just wait, they'll grow older, they'll get married. I'm like, okay, old man, okay, thank you. And now I'm that person because it is so real. And that's why when I was even open to the possibility of travel, I'm like, I wish I would have taken 100 more of those. That's why this is so important right now.
By the way, we had 4 kids in 3.5 years.
Wow.
We like to do things fast and furious. And then we didn't realize, we didn't think through, we had 3 weddings in a year and a half. And it was just like, take all our money, like we're dishing it out, like there it goes, all our savings. And that was fun, but that's not in the slide. So here they are. This is now, we have 3 sons and 3 grandsons. Our daughter just had identical twins.
Go back to the one real quick, because I want to share something here. This slide, we haven't even had the time to do the full photo yet with now all the little ones here now. But what's really amazing is, for those of you, I've had 4 daughters, and of course in the back of my mind, don't tell my girls, I'll be like, where's my boy, where's my football player, right? But it's amazing how God works, because you just have to wait till they get married, right? And then now we have three grandbabies. But what this represents to me is whatever you're struggling with that's hard, like running a business, like building a team, like being married. That's why this so applies. The perspective of not being triggered in the offense and the ego and all the stuff that we work through in just life, not just marriage, business, all that. Every time I look at this picture now and I go, this is why, right? The fruit of the legacy to keep the family together is so important. So.
Yeah, which is my next slide. Yeah. Perfect, right on cue. It's about legacy. And I know you're here and you're sitting here because you have a vision and a dream and a hope for your future. And what that represents is like all the times, the hard times and the struggles that we could have given up. Like giving up would have been easier than pressing forward. Like pressing forward was the hard road.
Yep.
And when you get to this point in life, we're so grateful. We didn't give up. And so, who was it? James talked about covenant. So
James Penn, that was awesome.
it was their number one thing. That's really what marriage is. It's a lifelong commitment you make before God, to each other, in front of your friends, your family, and it's supposed to be forever. Now, this is not, if you're not married, if you've been through anything and it didn't last, this isn't to condemn, it's okay. Like, God designed marriage to be forever, but it doesn't always turn out that way, so this is not, but that's how it's intended. And so when you look at that, it's like, the couple that's been married over 50 years, has it all been like peaches and roses and rainbows? Like it's all been like so great? No. So our 28 years has been, like Tony said, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the roller coaster ride, the making millions, losing millions. We know what it's like to live in a multi-million-dollar home, and we know what it's like to be homeless with 4 kids living with friends. Okay, we know that. And so just really quick going through a little bit of our story, because it's not about our story, but can you see yourself in any of this? Our first many years in this industry, we had goals, and we were driven, and we sacrificed everything to accomplish it. We were like married but never saw each other. We didn't even take a honeymoon because we were running for our next rank.
Yep.
We were striveholics, workaholics, sacrificed so much. Our health, like he would say, you got banana boobs.
I had banana boobs at 25.
we were literally, all of our priorities were so upside down. And then you add kids on the top of that, and we went fast. Like 4 kids, like we're already like a mess. And then kids add a whole nother level of mess, right? And so then we thought, we're miserable, it must be the company. Anybody? So then we went into let's go find another company that's better, simpler.
The perfect momentum, the perfect utopian, one that doesn't have problems, one that doesn't, everything's perfect with support, everything's perfect with the product. And then where's the perfect leader, right? The perfect founder, and guess what we found in 30 years? No, we didn't find it. We didn't find that one.
Right, nothing perfect out there.
Yeah.
We ended up burned out, stressed out, absolutely miserable. We were slaves to our business. Like, we start this business because we have the dream of freedom, and when you realize, I have no freedom, I'm miserable, we're slaves, we decided if this is what this looks like, doing this type of business, we're out. We walked away. We walked away from all of our dreams. Our dreams of owning a legacy ranch. We walked away from it. We're like, we're gonna figure out another way. So then we thought, let's just go start a traditional business. No leverage, running all the parts and all the pieces, and that was really good for our marriage.
Yeah.
We have 4 to 4, right? And so, that was even harder, and this is a picture where we literally hit rock bottom, and it was a few days before Christmas, and we heard that loud truck outside of our house, and they were repossessing our second vehicle. This is in December. Our daughter's right there. This is literally maybe a month or 2 after. We have no car. In this picture, we have no car. And we're about ready to pack up our house and move to Ohio.
That was Vista, California on the 78 freeway. Anybody's familiar with that? And we would literally just pack up all the kids in the double buggy strollers, and we would, thank goodness Costco was right around the corner. So that's the only time we were able to get the food. And they're like, Daddy, why do I have to put all the milk in my lap? And everybody was like, kids were like piled up with food. I'm like, hold that, Mackenzie, hold that, Mason. Right? Because we had to come home with the stroller and the food.
Yeah, fun times.
That was crazy.
So here's the thing. If you're walking through a hard time right now, and I know many of you are because I've talked to you, that is when your greatest breakthrough is going to be on the other side of this. And that's where you have to press in harder than ever. These times, literally, they can break you and you can quit and go figure out something else, or you can press in. And what we did is we decided to press in and know that, it wasn't the industry that didn't work. It was us. Like, this was our defining moment, and what shifted everything for us is that we found every way to do it all wrong. That's what we did. We were like, okay, I've seen so many people win in this industry, so we had to really look inside and say, what do we need to fix in us? Okay. So, all of the results we're getting, striving, we were overcomplicating everything, we were trying to be everything to everyone, we were like slaves, all of this miserable, we were sacrificing what mattered most in our family, and so we decided to flip it. We said, we're gonna get back in this industry, but we're gonna do it different, and we're gonna put our priorities first. And it's interesting because God gave us the word priorities before we were married. He got a word spoken over him that he said we're called to priorities. And that's why our team name is Priority Team. It's not just about making money. Everything connects. Everything. What good is being wealthy when we're unhealthy, or our marriage sucks, or our marriage doesn't make it, or our family life sucks? We have to put our priorities first, and when we do that, everything aligns, and actually, we've made more money, we've been more successful, we've reached the top of multiple companies than every company we've been a part of. So we went on, bottom line, to break records and do what we knew we could do, but in a few hours a day. We literally remapped it. So we realigned our vision. We sat down and said, what is our vision? What is our goals? What are our priorities? We rated them. Where's our marriage at, honestly? And this is what we do, by the way. Every 12 weeks, we sit down and we do this. Where are we at? Okay, what do we need to improve? What's not working? What do we need to do better? What are the things that are going to move what's going to take us to diamond? What's going to take us to triple diamond? We say when we do this, it's very intentional. We get down to every day, we call them priority days, where we are very intentionally running our day. We are purposely moving the mark every single day. And so this is something I highly recommend. If you're married, not married, make sure that you're not just so focused on the end goal that you lose the things that are so important to you. And so this is my favorite season, the one we're in right now, with MWR Life. I'm so grateful, beyond grateful to have found this company. Just in 7 months, we've been able to make well over $200,000. We've taken 7 life-changing trips. And here's the thing, what if we quit? What if we didn't press in? What if we walked away? And I see Nate come up here, who's speaking next, Christy Garrity, Carly, Dana, and then all the people that aren't even up here yet. And how much this has impacted their life because we fought. And we're gonna fight. We're not gonna quit fighting because it's bigger. Carly, don't cry if you. It's legacy, what we're doing here. We have to fight for our families. We have to fight for our priorities. We have to fight for other people's families. We have to fight for our team members. We're still fighting for our legacy ranch with my fluffy cows and dwarf goats, y'all. I'm getting it. That's been a 28-year vision. It's happening.
Get those fluffy cows in.
The fluffy cows must happen with grandchildren. So, what impact do you want to leave?
Awesome. All right, you guys ready to pick up the speed for a quick second? Because I gotta ask you, how many of you came to this event or planned it months ago or however long ago, and you, by the way, I'm switching gears, and that was freaking amazing. And you really got interrupted by your husband. How many of you came with a big goal, and you wanted to hit that big goal coming into this event? Raise your hand. How many of you hit that goal? See, a lot of hands came down. Well, let me share myself. I had a ridiculous goal. I did a bunch of videos about that goal. I already pre-planned that goal, and I'm not going to be able to play that video right there here because I didn't hit the goal. And I never want to let that happen again. For me, and I want to do whatever it takes to help you never let that happen again, because it doesn't feel good. but also it's a new day, right? It's neutral emotions, learn from it, don't make excuse. What are we gonna do to win right now? How many of you wanna win right now? How many of you want to come in to Phoenix, Arizona with your goals accomplished? Whatever that goal is. And here's the crazy thing. Come with a whole bunch more people, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But I want to share with you the art form of, I'm going to come back to the art form. I'm just going to fly through this real quick for time. So I want to get to the point. I want to speak to not only myself, but I want to speak to every single one of you. Like if I was brand new right now, I was thinking about this. If I could just be strong enough to grab myself at 22 years old when I was joining this industry, what would I really want to know? In a short period of time, I'm going to bring that to myself because I need to rehear it, and I want to do it for all of you as well. In 30 years of experience of what that would look like. This is a representation of a marathon. Anybody ever been in a race, a marathon, anything like that? Well, my daughter used to run cross-country races, and she used to run around a 5-minute mile when she was like 12, 13, 14. She was a really good, fast runner, running a 5-minute mile. But she would always be nervous and fearful, so she would always line up kind of in the middle. She felt comfortable in the middle of this pack right here. And if you're ever in a big herd, a big race, and you have the fear and you're behind the starting line where it actually starts with speed, you're gonna be behind the herd. When that gun goes off, everybody's like this. You think that everybody's starting to run. No, the slow people are in the back. They're just taking their time. They're having fun. My daughter wanted to win, right? So I just taught her, hey, get up to the front of the line. But just like in this business, I want you to think about this. This business is the simplest business model in the history of the world. And I know that sounds hypey and all that kind of thing. Look, we've made millions of dollars in traditional business. We've made over $1 million a year in coaching business and digital marketing and affiliate marketing. We're just love to find, like I keep thinking, maybe there's a fast way, maybe there's a better way, maybe there's a simpler way. And I'm just the kind of person in 30 years, I've tried different things. How about you, right? Tried different things, right? And there's some good things out there. I'm not saying this is the only thing, but it's a dang good thing, right? When you realize that you get paid on the leverage of transforming lives. You get paid on helping people become the best version that they're called to be. But none of it works, no matter how good this industry is. And someone said something, I don't know who it was, they said, America not only needs this industry and this leverage to create more leverage and freedom, but our country and the world needs this company model, MWR model. It's like a perfect storm. But here's how you have to think about it. Right here's the starting line. Me and Kim, this is the starting line. Actually, let me do it right here. Come here, baby. This is the starting line. We're in the very front of this race, right? And all you have to do to win this race is invite humans, have them watch presentations, follow up with them like a crazy person, like I did with Christy Garrity, and enroll them. 3 simple steps, right? But what happens is, I'm like, why doesn't everybody succeed? I always go, why doesn't everybody succeed? Because if the starting line, no, I'm going this way. If the starting line is right here, and we're facing that way together, what prevents people from even starting? Fear, doubt, indecision. Well, I hear multiple streams of income is the greatest thing in the history of the world. It is, when you do it right. Hardly anybody does it right. I've never met one human in our industry that does multiple streams at even a 6-figure level in multiple different companies. It's so hard to focus on one thing, one back office, one compensation, and then keeping your team focused on one company. We're like, oh, hey, well, if that doesn't work, we'll do this one. Oh, well, that one didn't work. Let's go back to the other one. Well, that one doesn't work. Let's try a third one. Well, that one doesn't work. Maybe it's this one. It doesn't work. Trust me, I tried that too, right? And so people have these ideas, or they don't start the starting line. They go back further and further because it's like, dang, support. I'll just wait for support to be perfect, right? Why isn't support like caught up? Because we're growing at an exponential rate in multiple languages, in multiple countries, around the world. We're one of the fastest strong growth. So support is catching up. But the cool thing is, knowing what's happening behind the scenes, they are working, Yoni, Ilian, Nuno, leaders, corporate, funding, whatever it takes to keep the balance of the massive growth, keeping up with the support, keeping up with the leadership, keeping up with the hire. But what happens is so many people, they're looking for this perfection. And that was Kim and I for years. We went from company to company because either the company wasn't perfect, compensation we thought wasn't perfect, the leadership wasn't perfect, and we just kept like a hamster on a hamster wheel. And so we would always be back. A lot of people don't start in life because, again, maybe they're shy or introverted or whatever the case may be. But the one thing that I will share with you about this industry is it is so simple. And the biggest thing, in fact, let me just show you, this is one thing that changed my life right here. This simple chart. For any of you that we talked about ADHD before, building a business is an art form. How many of you golf? Oops. How many of you golf? Right? How many of you are good golfers? Anybody a good golfer? Right? See the back of that? I'm not going to hit the chandelier. See the wall back there? I want to show you how to golf. Michael? I can't look at Michael because that's my target thing. But I'm going to hit the back of the wall. So, for those of you who know golf, by the way, you know it's an art form. And golf is so simple. It is so simple that all you got to do is swing the ball and it's going to go, right? It's an art form though. But because every art form is simple, it doesn't mean people are going to be good in 5 seconds. That's why when people join our industry, they get in, and even though it is simple, and even though we're the best company, and even though we have the strongest proven longevity compensation I've ever seen in my 30 years, and even though we've got things in place, a lot of people get in, it's like, well, why did you get rich? And no one's following up, and this is, right? It's because there are some things to learn. It's an art form, like you gotta put your elbow in, and by the way, you gotta put your hand here, and this hand's gotta be kind of loose, right? And then you gotta kind of bend down like this. You do it with my hip here. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. And, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do it. Where'd my clicker go? And I forgot my point for that. But here's the thing about how simple this is. All we have to do in this business.
That's the point.
Thank you very much. For 15 years, Kim and I struggled in this industry. Even though we were a workaholic, striveaholic, and really one of the biggest reasons why is we were the busiest, managing, babysitting, overthinking, overanalyzing. And every time someone on our team said, oh, it needs to be a shorter presentation, okay, we'll do a shorter one. Oh, it needs to be long, we'll do a longer one. Oh, it needs to not talk about that, we'll change that too. And then this person says this. And then sooner or later, we stopped doing the 30-hour getting started training and all the details and all the analyzing. And I said, how do we just build a fast movement? How do we keep things so simple? And that's when we said, we're just gonna teach people to invite people, how to watch presentations, follow up, and enroll people. And my mentor used to tell me, if you do anything but this, I'm gonna take a 2x4 and smack it upside your head. Anybody remember Danny Johnson? But when I just did this, and people say, how did Jen Perga do what she did? Right? How did she do it? Like, she literally just kept doing the one thing that matters. And if you do this one thing, for most of you that are brand new, 70 to 80, preferably some of you 90% of the time, you just get good at the art form of how do you invite people, how do you get them to watch presentations. And again, the fastest way to suffocate fear, overanalyze all the other stuff, worry about all the challenges with company leadership, all that kind of thing, is the money. And some of you have realized this. I wish I would have even doubled, triple, quadrupled down on this. The money is truly made in the mess. When it feels like things aren't perfect, when the pre-launch doesn't feel perfect, and it's not going to be perfect now either, let me just give you an FYI, right? From here to Phoenix, there's going to be a whole bunch of new challenges, but the ones that are going to celebrate, those of you that are going to celebrate and hit that goal are those of you that push past the challenges and the hard stuff and all of that, and do whatever it takes to connect with the people that you're supposed to connect with right now. I couldn't even imagine if Christy Garrity wasn't in this room right now. I couldn't imagine if Nate wasn't here, or Heidi and Brad, or Carly, or the different leaders. I couldn't even imagine, right? But here's what burns my butt a little bit, and I was talking to Ilian about this real quick. Here's what burns my butt. I know for sure we could be, right now, 10 times more people in this room.
Yes.
I know I could have made that, I know it sounds weak as you can say that and admit this, right? And I'm so grateful, I'm so blessed, it's so great. And I look back, because of course you can learn from what some of the things you did and where you got emotionally sidetracked or why you got your head with this one. Because a lot of this happens to me a lot, still, like every once in a while. Leaders don't have perfect confidence all the time. But I look back and I'm like, if we take full responsibility and invite and get so good at whatever it takes to invite people to presentations, follow up and enroll. And then once you enroll people, the number one form of duplication, I'm gonna give it to you right now, by far, I'm gonna give you two things for duplication. Number one is showing your team that you're in motion doing this. Like when your team sees you, like Nate's about to hit the boost bonus. Kurt and Nicole hit that. Kurt and Nicole hitting our boost bonus builds my confidence, builds their confidence, shows the team. And by the way, I just want to say this about boost bonus really quickly. When you create a culture like boost bonus is no big deal, and even if it took you a month to get back to hitting that boost bonus, even if it took you 2 months to build a team big enough so it sustains every single week, plus you're bringing in 2 to 4 maybe personals a week, or at least 2 per week every single week. So you create an environment where that boost bonus is just normal. It's just what we do. And sooner or later, like what happened at Indiana football, that crazy culture, that crazy leadership, they created an expectation. When you learn to create that expectation in you, that you do whatever it takes, like oxygen, to invite humans and get good and enroll 2 people a week and get good at hitting that boost bonus, your team will follow. And then number 2, and this is probably the biggest one, this industry thrives on momentum. When you get momentum, the number one way to get the momentum is get the faith of your team this much more, or this much more. I'm telling you, the faith, if there was a meter, a physical meter of how much more faith has happened because of those of you that are in this room, it would be unbelievable. And if you look at everybody at home right now watching the Zooms, we love you too, right? Their faith, if they're watching, right? A lot of them are doing their laundry right now. A lot of them are trying to figure out, is this thing gonna work right now? They're wondering, they're worried. They're not in the energy, they're not in the heat, they're not in the community, they're not seeing the emotion, they're not seeing the crying, they're not seeing the people that struggled and now they're winning, or the people that are struggling but still made a commitment. They're not seeing all the people that tried the other company and tried that company and tried the product-based companies again, and like, maybe it's faster here, maybe it's easier here, and now they're coming back. They're not seeing all the people that are coming back. I can just name so many people in this room right now that like they just know that this is the place to be. They can feel it, they can see it, right? The number one thing that you can do to duplicate is get your ticket for Phoenix right now.
Yes.
And then do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to just build an environment and a culture to be unstoppable, to get people to the event. When I became like literally oxygen is pretty important, right? Food is extremely important, sleeping is pretty important, drinking water is pretty important, and I'm not kidding. Getting humans around other humans in a community where they're learning and they're growing is also right up there too, because I've seen the math in 30 years. Trust me, I'd rather be on a beach with my beautiful wife in the season of life. I'd rather be having fun around the world 100% of the time, right? But I know that we're called for transformation. I know that God created us for this environment of how much I became a Christian here, married my wife here, had a building a legacy with my family here, supported my family financially, and helped a lot of people that are doing that same thing, transform their life here. But the number one thing that you can do is do whatever it takes to not only get your ticket, and don't create a back door. I'm gonna just touch on this for a quick second. Don't create a back door when you make a commitment to go to Phoenix. Make a commitment that no matter what, you're gonna go, no matter what, and you're gonna bring as many people as possible. So, Kim and I are...
Are you done? I have my last little spicy tip I have to give.
Okay, well, we want to hear that spicy tip. I'll be done.
Did you allowed us to be who we are today. Number one is the foundation of the Lord.
Yeah.
We would not be married today without it. We would not have more children, three grandsons, and be here today. Number two, women still love me when I say this, but treat them like a rock star. It is a need, and if you are in a rough patch in your marriage, when is the last time you treated him like a rock star? It will, trust me, Danny Johnson is the one that used to say this, and it's so true. It will transform. Men are so simple. We have so much power, you guys.